Hello and welcome to Roadwarden, a kind of text-based adventure game which it looks a little bit more than just following through with choices. There's like an inventory system to manage your hunger and stuff. It seems like an interesting time, so I wanted to give it a go. I picked it up not too long ago and I've been meaning to give it a chance, and I thought, why not do it on stream? So I've poked around a little bit. I do know roughly what's going on, and I'm going to regret playing a game that's going to involve talking quite so much, but I am looking forward to this. Yeah, this is literally just a yes or no option of do you want to start a new game. Everyone knows it's safe to stay away from the wilderness. Most people would never risk a long journey. Or sorry, a lonely journey. Roadwardens not only accept the struggle, they embrace it. Deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and, if possible, get rid of the beasts and highwaymen. They live on the road, die young, or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one. And it pays well. Yeah, I will leave the safety of the city walls. And yeah, we're gonna play in standard, because I've not played before. I don't think casual's too important. I'd rather just play on what the default experience is, when given a chance anyway. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump in. I might want to move where my camera is. That might be slightly in the way. You're not missing out too much on the picture. I might just move myself up to the corner instead. Just stick myself up here. And maybe make it slightly smaller. Just so I'm definitely out of the way. There we go. Yeah, that looks fine. Gonna stay back in performance mode so you get most frames. Doesn't really make a huge difference for this, but well. The wall is still standing. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood. Good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You're supposed to meet with a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices, no sounds of labour. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep away the goblins and pebblers, but not the beast folk nor trolls, and the night is near. Your palfrey breathes heavily. It had a long day. Palfrey being a horse, I believe. Yeah, look around cautiously. Considering the noise, you doubt that anyone noticed the clatter of hooves. The short, dry grasses barely cover the arid soil of this valley, but you're maybe a minute away from the edge of sparse woods, which get denser as they climb up the hills. At best, this trail has a few more years before getting overgrown for good. Hard to believe it's the only route north. Yeah, I guess enter quickly if night's approaching. A little tutorial message. Take care of your health. Who would have guessed? Your heavy boots hit the ground and the pain of a long ride finally catches up with you. You stretch out, bringing your back and legs comfort. All you want now is a table, a decent chair, a nice mug of beer, and some warm stew. With any luck, your axe won't be needed here. Now you approach the gate, ready to walk in. It's a military camp, but doesn't look the part. Plenty of wasted space. The fire pit is cold. Two people are sitting at the table, tired and disheartened. They're looking in different directions, paying no attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. Yeah, I walk towards him, I guess. It takes me a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of his hand. There are bags under his eyes. His beard is messy. Despite his simple shirt, he's wearing durable, decent boots. A mace with a head covered in iron hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it. I take a look at the second soul, who's the second person. Just like you, she's wearing a gamson, but hers is a bit loose, as if she took it off a corpse. Her head is shaven, as if she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes are weary yet kind. She smiles. Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these two surely look the part. Oh, there should be more of them. 8, you believe. Yeah, I let them speak first. If it's a military establishment, they probably want to introduce themselves, right? It's nice to see an unharmed traveller in this godforsaken shithole. Makes me just a teeny bit hopeful, says the bearded man. His voice is strong yet timid. He'll be staying the night with us, I guess. We're soldiers, he and I, adds the armoured woman. Her voice switches from half asleep to relaxed. We'll do our best to keep the camp safe, but you were to take the first watch. It would be a huge help. Travellers ought to help each other, wouldn't you say? You think for a moment. To fully rest, you need a good sleep. I mean, I am exhausted from travelling, but these people are clearly very asleep. I think if I'm going to rely on them at all, I should take the watch, right? I don't know if I'm going to be coming back here, but I'll, at the very least, leave a good impression. Fantastic! She rubs her hands together. I don't remember the last time I had more than half a night's of sleep. Hours before midnight should be the calmest. Just wake us up if anything happens. Man flashes you a wide smile. It's easy to wake us up. Just yell. He drinks from his mug. Yeah, I'll ask him about their lieutenant, who I'm supposedly meant to find. Yeah, you wonder how to phrase your question. This is an interesting mechanic in the game. As it says here, whenever I meet people, I can influence how they perceive me. I can just be friendly, playful, make a joke. I can just completely hide all my emotions. Intimidating if I slightly hint at a threat, try and make myself seem strong. It might be useful in a military kind of atmosphere, but these guys don't seem too keen on the whole military side of it themselves. Or I can be vulnerable and just kind of appear like I'm needing help. And yeah, one thing you can do is you can go through all of these, have a look. So being friendly, I could just say, could we talk for a bit? Being intimidating, I'd rather speak with someone who's not going to waste my time. So, it definitely has a different tone to it. You can also be vulnerable. Just say, I've had a long journey, need to have a word with your lieutenant. That seems reasonable enough. I just kind of let them know I've been travelling a long way. If I'm distanced, I just make it as short as possible. I'm playful. Yeah, just make a bit of a joke out of it. I'm thinking, these people are tired. Show I'm in the same boat, right? Woman stands up and approaches you. She pays little attention to the sword at her side. Her shoulders are straight, eyes worried. It'd be me, traveller. You in trouble? There's only two of us here, but if you're lost, we'll take you to the nearby inn, right after sunrise. Yeah, no, I'm actually the new Roadwarden. Basically like a courier service, I guess. This is your Amazon Prime, but in fantasy. I don't think it's quite Amazon Prime, but I like to think it is. Really? The soldier in the shirt leans forward. That explains how you got here in one piece all by yourself. Well, you look a bit exhausted, adds another soul. Don't you have a mount? Yes, I've got a horse that's waiting outside. Shouldn't you unsaddle it? I bet it's tired. A long pause. Assume you're not here. Yeah, assume you're here not to meet our lieutenant, but rather get some directions. I'm Tulia. I'll be happy to help. She reaches out to you. Yeah, none of these people have shown any kind of aggression. None of them have been reaching for weapons or anything, having that at the ready. So, I'm gonna shake her hand. And now I get a name. I do typically like to give myself a name. So we're just gonna go with... Did I not get number 1? No, I can't. You know what? Just Poison. There we go. I think that's a perfectly good name. It's a rare name. Comes from somewhere down south, promise. Her grasp is confident, and the shake is slight. Just keep your horse away from the tents. She steps away. You don't need to smell it's done. Ah, there's this one issue. The soldier in the shirt also rises to his feet. We've no tent to spare. They'll have to use a blanket or something. Yeah, I enjoy looking at the stars. Be kind of playful about it. You walk through the gate. Your mount looks around and snorts anxiously. Not many humans could ride a horse. It's not only taller than you, but also bulky, as heavy as it is strong. You get in the saddle within a single breath. Most people wouldn't know where to even begin. From every side, it's a wall of flesh. Horses were brought to Dragon's Woods from the conquest in the south. They can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Palfrey needs you to survive, but without it, you too will be lost. Yeah, I'm gonna care for my horse. Why would I be so uncaring towards my horse? It's a trusty steed. Takes a few steps towards you, scolding you if it never snorts. You scratch the bottom of its neck with strength and confidence, just the way it likes it. Humans see useful animals, and even pets, as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom, but you know that horses need companionship. Yeah, useful thing there. Don't act too friendly, at least in front of others, because they might get a bad opinion of it. Yeah, I speak to it gently and lead it to the camp. You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back, just in case. While riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal, with enough time, it starts to chafe. You wish it had something better to eat than this shabby grass. You should look for an inn. Yeah, I need to unpack. You haven't brought back many things, and you lost one of your sacks while fleeing from the Crimson Corpse Eaters. Worst of all, you have no rope left, but maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from the travel set, you have a few valuable possessions essential for my trade. And it seems we get to pick our class. I like the idea of being a fighter or mage over some guy who likes books. Let's learn a bit about them. As a fighter, you'll have easier time in physical challenges thanks to your superior equipment and hidden bonuses during dice rolls. So we are rolling, it's not guaranteed victories and stuff. You'll be physically more capable in other classes, what opens the unique opportunities during some of the social interactions. It's the best class for RPG beginners. Fighter's weakness is reliance on physical strength. Your special abilities won't be available to you, with vitality points drop to 0. Mage uses Pneuma, a versatile but limited pool of energy points that can be spent to cast a few humble spells. Humbles, not like anything too big. Magic won't protect you better than the sharp axe, but as a mage, you'll be able to heal faster while resting, detect magic in a mysterious area, distract beasts with a simple trick, and find a common tongue with other magic users. That actually sounds pretty good, that list of things. Using mage's powers too freely will result in having no Pneuma left for when you need it the most. Scholar will know more about the world's mysteries than you, helping you take advantage of some unusual situations. Character will impress the locals with its knowledge, will be able to read the sparse written clues without anyone's assistance. Scholars struggle with combat more than other classes, have enough carefulness and exploration, you'll gain access to alchemical mixtures that help you escape. So I escape rather than fight. I distract and can talk with people well, or I'm just good at fighting. I like the idea of a mage. I'm gonna pick the mage. I've got inventory and armor. Okay. I can fix it at various settlements and inventory. Let's not occupied with another task. If you need food, drink, potions, use items from this menu. Be sure to click on each new item you receive. Some of them can have unusual applications. Yes, I've got food rations, I've got magical amulets, I've got travel set, simple battle axe. That's fine. That's a reasonable set of starting equipment. You unpack it and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't pierced and the spare clothes are still here. Just in case, take a look at your wooden bowl and mug, your cape, tinderbox, bandages, food rations, knife, Nothing special or too cumbersome. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes, but this doesn't make it any more exciting. Yeah, we go back to the soldiers. At the table again, observing your beast and chatting between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of him eating out of wooden bowls. One more bowl was put at a previously unused end of a table. You can sit down on a tree log. Yeah, I do want to eat with them. Neither of those options let me eat. I want free food. These guys seem friendly enough. I'm not going to turn down the free food. That'd be a bit rude of me. Keeping your stomach full will make you stronger. Starvation won't allow you to restore vitality when resting. So that is vitality. That is my nourishment. Okay. It's cold gruel. The meal eaten in times of hardship. This specific bowl is filled with water, hog millet, some strange looking cereals and blueberries. Welcoming you with a meal, even a humble one, is beyond their duty. Soldiers live with and for their companions, constantly on the move from one part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group to face dozens of hideous creatures. Their lives are filled with discipline, hardship and camaraderie. Roadwardens, on the other hand, learn how to work by themselves. They seldom engage in open combat, patrolling the same roads for years. Help the settlement stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, settle down and forge friendships. When there are no laws to follow, you use their own judgment. Different responsibilities, different lifestyles. And yeah, I mean the blueberries will help with the taste, doesn't sound particularly appealing. I eat quickly, not focusing on the taste, and appeal with Tulia. She's focused and chooses her words carefully. She looks away only when she gathers her thoughts. I'm afraid I can tell you less than I would like to, and less than I should. She nods towards other soldiers. As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. Beginning summer, there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead. 1 has run away in tears. So it's just 2 of them. Oh no. So one of those 2 from earlier was the lieutenant. I thought that was 2 people and the lieutenant. No. We're also strangers in this land, adds her companion. Yeah, any piece of information may help me to do my job. Man leans forward. His legs shake nervously. He sounds like a kid asking a bard to sing one more story, tell a joke or do a magic trick, whatever it takes to escape from the boredom. His untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you originally thought. But the officials tell you, expect not that much, no soul governs these lands. Yeah, I'll share. I'll be cordial with it, you know? Tell the soldiers how little guidance you received. Since this area is too far away from Havlaven? It's an interesting name, but presumably that is the local kind of township or duchy or whatever. To keep it under control, you were warned that it's an untamed and unknown. Who knows how many villages, bandits or monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests. From time to time, new people come here to look for boundless opportunities. Most of them never return. Do they turn into walking corpses, or do they find what they're looking for? Yeah, no soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. Tent drinks from her cup and crosses her legs, ankle on one knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll ever find a comfortable position. Where should we start? You're apparently on a peninsula? Or is it just a peninsula? Yeah, I need to ask about Peninsula, Roadwarden, and Rope. Those are the requirements before I can continue, apparently. So it's literally just the first 3, any of the additional ones are kind of flavour text, but I will ask about them. Yeah, what should I know about the peninsula? I'll tell you what I know, and you'll be the judge, says the lieutenant. How long did it take to get here from the city? On a decent palfrey, I guess it'd be 4 days? When you confirm, she continues. From here, you can reach the coast in about a day, as long as you don't make any stops. Do you know of the situation? Why no ships can get here? I apparently do know. I nod. Sea route allows Hovlavin officials to keep in touch with coastal villages, collect taxes, move soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools, but maintaining order on a wild coast such as this one, it's like filling the ocean depths with coins. Because of the rocks, you can hardly stop a ship 5 miles from the shore, and boats can't get much closer. She nods. Don't know much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with city folk. As she pauses, the companion carries on. No soul from the north ever came to camp, but when we travelled to the roadside inn, Health of the North, we are happy to trade, and to play dice. Health of the North, that is the inn that they had mentioned and said they'd take me to in the morning. Presumably, anyway. They also gamble. I do like the idea of gambling. Yeah, why not just stay at one of the settlements? The man clears his throat. I mean, you know, we're to guard this road. Our camp is our post. And, well, he turns towards Tulia. She lowers her voice. Don't take it the wrong way, Poison, but are you a devout soul? Ah. So religions, I think. Okay. I didn't think I'd have to pick a religion. I've loaded up the game beforehand to make sure it definitely works and stuff, but... Ooh, religion. Most city folk, I believe that people should unite the strength to overcome threats of nature and dark magic. Everyone will be judged for both good and evil deeds and part of the United Church. For many years I've supported the monastery that does its best to advance mankind's spiritual growth, artistry, herbalism, and magical research. I follow the teachings of an order of truth. An order, not the order. So that's kind of a different sects, I'd imagine. From a small village, for me the freedom of shell, pneuma, and the soul are the main virtues of life. My community is unique and independent, and so are its members. My place in my fellowship. I quite like that one, just a sense of community. Means I've got a place to go back to, a reason to not die. Beyond not wanting to die, there's a stronger reason anyway. Strong connection to nature and spirits, and follow the path of my ancestors. So my beliefs may be considered sinister and treacherous by city folk, you'd probably call me a pagan. No evidence of White's existence and all mystical tales are explained by magic. I could just be completely against religion. Just say, oh yeah, no, we're not able to explain everything right now, but it can be explained by the magic we have. Which I don't entirely know how it works. I'm not willing to chalk it up to that. I do like the fellowship one. Yeah. Oh, I see. She hesitantly looks away. I don't know much about that River of Faith. I'm sure we're not that different. I'm a Unite myself, she says with a sort of pride in her voice. So she follows the United Church. Okay, so she's believing good and bad deeds. So she should hopefully be a decent sort. Whether for the right reasons, we don't know, but I'm not going to judge. Yeah, just nod along. People here are disquieting. Every few words, she taps the table with her finger. Her traditions won't help them negotiate with the officials here. She starts to draw lines with her index finger, as if she's pointing to an invisible map. The peninsula is connected with roads, like a big circle. Northwest, you'll find a weird village at a bog. Not exactly pagan, I don't think. Even has a priest who claims to be an eremite, like yourself. We do crazy shit. Her companion chips in. Use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. Once I saw it, I begged to never return there. Okay. I mean, I guess if it's bad working conditions like a bog, you don't want to risk injury. That could easily get infected. Using the undead for that, it makes sense. Like, it's morally questionable, but practically, I'd say that's a pretty good idea. I've heard tales such as this one since you were a child. If an isolated settlement manages to survive without the city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions they have to deal with, and the rustic pagan traditions muddy their river of faith. The church often warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers and blood mages, the bringers of doom, the traitors to humankind. Yeah. I mean, we're able to speak with the necromancers? You can see why we're not eager to go there, if we could avoid it, Lieutenant chuckles. Maybe they'll be more welcoming to a Roadwarden. The roads are dangerous, with little to no shelters. People need your help. Man in the shirt turns a bit and points a finger to northwest. Getting to the undead village, you'll get to an inn first, and soon. Julia nods. Hell to the north is a safe place. You talk with the innkeep or the guards, ask them about the rose. Okay, so off to the northwest. Gonna have to try and remember that. I'm hoping it will remember it for me and I won't need to tell it direction. That's up in the northwest. What's over to the east? She stares off across the camp. Hard to tell. We went there only once. There are hills, forests, rivers. We saw a tunnel sculpted in leaves and branches, but we didn't enter it. Wilderness all around. Yeah, any dangerous monsters? I'd rather keep my horse alive. So all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, treants, cats large and small, runners, howlers, wolves, spiked boars, mouflon eaters, griffins. But we managed to stay away. Some could catch up with most mounts. Tilly glances at her companion. Well, Palfrey should be fine. Trees are so tall that the flying creatures keep the coast and mountains. There's not many humans around, and animals are busy fighting among themselves. They fight more for food than territory. Soldier cracks his knuckles. Don't provoke them and ride fast, just count on luck. Yeah, no, that adds up. Adds up. It's quite an untamed land, which seems quite difficult to live in. She nods. I'm afraid we can't do more for you. Yeah, the previous Roadwarden, what exactly happened? Who am I taking over from? Tulia takes a deep breath. Aren't you a bit late for a rescue mission? Haven't heard from him for almost half a year. Soldiers speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their stories straight. Confirmed that he had stopped by their camp a few times, but stopped showing up at all in the early summer. Here the soldier starts to scratch the table with the tips of his knife, without looking at you. I don't remember his voice. Always busy, drowning in things to take care of. He'd sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on that wax tablet of his. Yep, and leave it on. Unlike us, Asterion never gets bored. Tulia lets out a joyless chuckle. He's secretive, but some of the locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he just doesn't like us. Yeah, it seems like you're not entirely sure if he's dead or if he's just kind of disappeared and abandoned his duties. If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone is keeping him in a basement. The man carves with passion. You haven't seen him on or his Saurian. Something ate them, I bet. Officials have hired you, right? You don't expect them to return. Richard Roadwardens often use the four-legged, meat-eating Saurians as their mounts. They have to be tamed and trained since their hatching, but, unlike horses, can easily defend themselves from many monsters. At least your palfrey is fast and reliable, and won't suddenly sink its teeth into an innocent passerby. Yeah, but if they can easily defend themselves, and he's ended up dead, what the hell's killed him? You know what he was looking for? Maybe he left a message? Neither of us had any insight into his dealings, says Tulia. My predecessor left me no clues. We also took a look at Asterian's stuff. Wait. She raises her open palm. I almost forgot. She stands up and heads to a nearby tent. He has kids, in a village near Havlavin. Has kids? Okay. So you can chase up the lead on the family, I guess, but they're not going to know, are they? Unless he's run off back home. Starting to take his things there. Pouch, second spear, decent bow. Unless he's talking about the lieutenant. It might be the lieutenant. Why does she have the Roadwarden stuff? Pouch, second spear, decent bow, some potions. Quite a treasure. She glances at you. But I would much prefer you bring them the truth about her father. Do you want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff? Here's a catch. She dusts off the hilt of her sword. Hired a messenger to ask the commander for further orders. Since she hasn't returned and you know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her. She sighs with resignation. We're meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us and tell us what you've learned about the man, and we'll get back to Havlavin together. You think about your real mission. We're planning to return to Havlavin in early fall anyway. If he's alive, I don't think he's going to be happy about me taking away all of his possessions. True, but he's considered dead. I doubt he'd begrudge you anything. Who knows, you may just find his shell lying in the roadside tomorrow. He wears mail, uses a spear, mostly. Maybe 5 feet tall, but stout. Long, red beard, short hair, pale face, rarely smiles. She glances at her companion. But after he adds nothing, she sits down and stretches out her legs. Let's find out what happened to him. Dead, alive, left, just let me know. Okay. And you can see quests in my journal. Find the Roadwarden. So this is the Roadwarden's stuff. Not the previous lieutenant. I was getting a bit confused there, you might be able to tell. But yeah, I've lost my rope. Do you have a spare one by any chance? You're in luck. She heads off towards one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack, revealing a rope. Brings it back and nonchalantly sits down on her chair. Take it. I was planning to leave it behind. It's pretty good. Regular rope made of hemp fibres. I can take it for free, or I can offer food. I'm sure they'd like some proper food. But they treated me to a meal, you know what? Go for it. Julia leans forward and rests her forearms on her thigh, looking down with clasped hands, then meets your eyes. Normally refuse, but we need some decent food. Every day I'm searching through our groats, looking for worms and putridry. Forage, but it's not a great spot. Some food rations will brighten up a foggy day. Yeah, but do appreciate it. For now, you leave the rope on the table. Yeah, now we have everything we need. What do we want to ask about? Anything I should know about the camp? The story is brief. Some merchants built the camp to have an extra stop for mules and donkeys, just between the inn and the southern villages. There's plenty of grass here and a pond nearby. Where peninsula grew more dangerous, the camp stood abandoned, from time to time serving as a shelter for travellers. Bandits came here in spring, further paralysing the exchange of information between the northern and southern settlements. Since these highwaymen are no more, the situation may reverse. Time will tell. You can sleep here whenever you want, the man concludes their tale. Well, don't expect to wake up without a pain in the back. Yeah, it's not very welcoming of a place. Welcoming people, the place isn't the most welcoming. It's not very big either, considering that whole area over there to the left had 8 people originally, the soldiers. It's not great. But yeah, I'm not going to ask what happened to their squad, they've already told me. Most died, one ran away. What was your mission? Tent looks into your eyes. You know, the usual. Making the roads safe, keeping people alive. Yeah. It may be important to me to know what they have tried to accomplish. I can't really tell you. Let's just say it'd be nice to have a reliable outpost somewhere nearby. A place where you can always find a group of fighters willing to protect you in the name of the law. She tilts her head back. Now, if you have any other questions... Okay, so they want to create a reliable outpost somewhere. So definitely want to try and police the area a bit after the recent banditry. Makes sense, but it's a dangerous land, sending just 8 seemingly not very well trained people. It's an interesting one. Yeah, Lieutenant would have died the previous one. But if you were me, I know you're going to tell me to go to the inn, but where would you go next? Yeah, it's mentioned the innkeeper down there. The soldier answers quickly. To the inn, of course. Grabs his empty mug. 1 northwest from here. Can't afford the room? The main hall is free of charge. Locals rarely gather there. The northern road is much more travelled, mentioned Asulia. But the hunters will tell you about this and that. Have a chance to introduce yourself. The innkeeper can listen, and knows many souls. Any tips on how to make a good first impression? She smirks. Avoid cheap jokes, stick to trade, don't waste his time. Show him that you can be relied on. That is useful. Definitely don't go in with playful demeanour. Yeah, I think that should be enough for now. You sure? Says the bearded man. May not be around next time you come here. Yeah, no, we should prepare for night, if I'm taking watch at the very least. I agree. Tilly sighs with relief. And may you do better than Asterion did. Stay vigilant. She winks at you, shattering the mask of a soldier. Thank you for your help. So I keep my appearance up. I'm good. Stay tidy to have a better chance to influence others. Goes a Baron splash water on your face, which makes you even more aware of how much you need a bath. After night, it'll only get worse. Your horse is already napping, still too anxious to lay down. I prepare for my watch. Soldier in the shirt is eager to guide you. Just observe the area. There's plenty of griffins around, though they won't try to jump over the palisade. Probably. Better watch out. Hey Drainer. Better watch out for the apes. They climb up and carry out any food they can find. And there's this one really loud were-elk that keeps smelling the wall, though it's never tried to get him. Points at the gate. Tent and I will block the entrances. They're quite heavy, so if anyone comes here looking for shelter, better call us to help you out. If someone's being chased by wolves or anything, better throw them the rope instead. He scratches his head. If it gets cold, feel free to make a fire, and the best place is on the watchtower. You may want to put a blanket there or something. I'm assuming that stack of boxes in the watchtower, it's not great, but that'll do, that'll do. Watchtower? Gives you a long puzzled look. Oh, here, once the pile of crates. Just climb up to the tallest one, and have a great view of the northern side. More dangerous side. Also, I know you're tired after all that riding. Points to the tent other side of the camp. You can handle a couple hours of sleeping on the ground. If you wish, go there after me and just rest. Just this once. You at least have a pallet inside. And yeah, I'll thank him. I'm not gonna turn down his generosity. Oh yeah, that's going well, Drainer. Hope you're doing well as well. Hope all things are good over where you are. I know here at least it's actually become good weather. We had like a lot of grey and overcast kind of stuff outside, but I've actually got a bit of sun. I've had to close my curtains, it's too bright otherwise. And it still is too bright in the back. You can see just how light it is. Anyway. Yeah, we've got sun in Scotland. Who could have guessed? Put your blanket on the tallest crate and sit down. Night is warm, bit of a sporadic summer breeze brings gentle refreshment. Time to time your back aches, you have to force yourself to keep your eyes open. Vitamin moon helps you focus on the tall grasses. For most of the time, you spot smaller critters and birds, but there are exceptions. At one point, you see 3 horned deer, trying to challenge one another. Alright, I see 3 horned deer, not a 3 horned deer. Okay, that makes more sense. Not turning to dust from the sun? No, not yet, surprisingly. Before the clash for antlers, a 2-legged dragonling appears, and you get much smaller offspring. The furry beasts try to intimidate predators with roars and aggressive head movements. After a few moments, both sides walk away slowly, not willing to risk their fight, nor to admit their defeat. Yeah, keep looking around. Hear the death screams of distant prey, and the mating calls of monkeys. Runners are chasing a grey hare. A group of musk oxen lazily chew the grass, preparing themselves to sleep. A dusk fox is running together with a lynx, making playful screeches. Thankfully, you never have to intervene. You just sit there, watching the not-so-distant forest, trying to outlast your sleepiness. Now, what kind of game is this? Mostly text adventure. This is like a one-off stream, I'm not going to be doing too much of this. But I enjoy these kind of games, so I thought I'd stream it, rather than just play it to myself. It's a good time. Like I'm enjoying the ambience of it. Like good music. It seems to have a pretty interesting setting and stuff. Like it's nice. It's nice. Like this isn't something I'd want to typically stream, though it's not the most exciting to watch it on, I don't think. But yeah, like I say, it's a game I enjoy. So it's all good. Because at the end of the day, I'm streaming for myself, not for you, so... as mean as it sounds. Only guess how much time has passed. Once you feel you've had enough, you climb down and go to a tent. Waking up the bearded man, just a couple of words, confirm that nothing important has happened. Yeah, I gather my things, squeeze into the tent, to my bags of pillow, put my blanket on a pallet and cover myself with my cloak. Speaking of tent is not the stuff of dreams, but it's much welcomed rest. Pallet keeps cold soil away. The moonlight waves the outside world from the eerie gloom. You listen to your own breath and find a comfortable position. Your job starts tomorrow. Yeah, what is my real goal? Merchant Guild wants to take control of this realm. Your wandering duties... my wandering duties are only secondary? Huh. Okay. Fair enough. I'm kinda hired muscle or something, I guess. First and foremost, you need to explore the peninsula. Learn about the territory, resources and threats. Get to know the locals and, if you can, convince them to consider negotiations with Lavan, officials and traders. Could the tribes resist the soldiers? Or be a threat to priests of the United Church? Are there any forbidden practices that need to be eradicated, such as blood magic, necromancy, robbery or slavery? Okay. So yeah, the United Church. Not most peaceful religion by the sounds of it. At least I have time. 40 days to be exact. I need to be as thorough as I can. Hearing sounds just there. I think that was some kind of distant roaring of a creature. Once you finish your reconnaissance, you should speak with Tulia and return to Lavan. There, you report back to your employers and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to pursue. Oh, I get to pick what I want to do. Okay. Gather some extra coins so I can save my sibling from debt collectors. Gather coins so I can retire early. One's more valiant than the other. I've gathered enough connections among the local leaders. I'll use them to become a major player in the Merchant Guild. I'm remembered as a soul who brought peace and order to the realm. A hero. It's very ambitious. I just want to help people. Make this region safer for locals and newcomers alike. I'd find a new life for myself. The difficult past and I want to be forgotten. No, I think my past's fine. I'm between connections among local leaders and making the region safer. I'm gonna go for not just making it safer though, because it doesn't seem like a world in which you just act like a good guy and it works out well. I can't travel during the night, press sleep button to rest. Cool. Half asleep senses are catching the sounds of a wild forest. Your instincts keep you alert and anxious, though the pleasant, humid late summer air evens it out slowly. Thinking about your goal, but you need to gather your strength. All I can do now is rest. You can spend the night in a borrowed tent. It's nothing special, but it'll protect me from the wind and the rain. The ground won't be painfully hard nor cold. Yes, that will make me less tired. I'm not going to gain any health. I'll lose a little bit of cleanliness and a little bit of hunger. But that's fine enough, I reckon. I don't need to eat right now, so that is fine. Take a look at your amulets. For most people, they'd be nothing more than trash, but you wouldn't sell them for a pouch of dragon bones. Use them to shape the Pneuma to your will. With these little mementos, the few spells you're familiar with are far more reliable. Who knows, maybe there's already some power held in them. Look at the old, full clean bandages that remember dozens of herbal balms and... I'm assuming wounds, not wounds, right? Not certain. You can put them on your hurting muscles, bruises and scratches. Then hum an old song about time which either heals all wounds or kills us too soon to let us bother with our problems. That's one way to look at it. Another few hours or so, the leather will warm up, confirming it did its job. This tent may not be much, but your spell... Okay, that is my Pneuma, that is magic stuff. Your spell would make you feel as good as new, though it would come at the cost of your energy. I mean, I don't have energy as a stat yet. I only have 3 magic stuff. I think I'm fine for now. I'd rather keep my soul stronger than my shell. So yeah, that spell could come in useful. Oh, I lost 2 food pieces while sleeping. Okay. I'm now full up on magic, however. You're woken by the sunlight, well rested and ready. Without haste, you gather your things. Only a couple of breaths, you notice a weird smell, like a roast. No, burning meat. Burning, rotten meat. Disgust crawls into your consciousness. You exit the tent. The horse is looking around nervously. The bags are where you had left them, and you see an open gate. What's happened? Both soldiers are standing near a humble pyre. The man in the shirt looks at it contemplatively. Tulia is the first one to address you. Poison, she greets you with a nod. Use the horse's manure for flames, don't worry about cleaning up. See a corpse among the flames. It's impossible to tell if it belongs to male or female, but it was an adult. Burning process won't be over for a couple more hours. Yeah, not one of the previous soldiers. They died a while back, so who is this? An undead. Blatter. A young one. She lacks the Pneuma to understand. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Good to see you. I hope your stream went well. Hope you had a good time. She lacked the Pneuma to understand that she couldn't get inside the camp without climbing. I stabbed her with a spear, a safe distance. She shifts her weight. One more fog and she'd be a real threat. Even now, it took a couple of hits to knock her down. This game, by the way, since you've just come along, kind of text adventure game. Not most exciting, not the usual thing I stream, but I enjoy them, so I'm streaming it. So screw all of you, I guess. Sooner or later, every human shell wakes up, gaining more strength with each soul it devours and each moment it spends in the fogs. Burning the dead is not just a religious practice, it's a necessity. Soldiers, priests, village mayors, even road wardens. Making a large pyre takes a lot of time, but it saves lives. Telia calls the undead a she. Most Uniteds hesitate to do so. So she still recognises it as a person, despite most of the religious types not recognising it as a person. Well, it's time for me to leave, yeah. Running away from Reek, huh? I don't blame you. She walks with you for a few steps. Find us here if you need us, or if you learn what happened to Sterion. There is enough ground here for you to rest. Safe travels. Those words make you stop. An old farewell, mocked in a number of songs and tales. But yet you hear no scorn in Tulia's voice. You wonder how many acts of kindness like this one you're going to experience in the days to follow. She returns to Pyre. I think I made a good impression. She seems to like us. Yeah, I prepare myself for the journey. So I missed the fact that your mount is already saddled and warmed up. They will check the equipment, but don't need to fix anything. Soldiers are diligent. Normally preparing any palfrey for a long journey takes a lot of time. I can now travel. Hell yeah. Put your gamson and make sure that your axe is tightly attached to your belt. Then get in the saddle. Palfrey knickers, ready to leave. It's time for you to get to the crossroads north from here. Yeah, here we go. Travel forward to continue your journey. So I'm done with the north. Speak with Tilly and return. So we get a proper map here. We know what a nighttime shelter is, but it's the only thing we know of so far, so let's go. See what's north. Even at a later hour, you wouldn't expect to meet any travellers in the valley. The warm summer breeze lures your mount forwards, but the serene chirping of birds is quickly replaced by distracting screeches and gurgles coming from further down the path. You soon find a pack of four-legged griffins. They're larger than foxes, and merge the features of birds and furred beasts. Each one is of different size, coat, and colours, and their temperaments are just as varied. Their fronts are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darker fur. Their wings are massive, making them impressive jumpers, but they're too heavy to fly. About 2 dozen beasts are yelling, brawling, and chasing each other around, blocking your path. Yeah, I've now got dice rolls, or spells, because I'm a mage. Can't enter forest blindly. If these or other creatures were to chase you, the thicket would be disastrous for your horse. There are reasons why travellers stay as close to the main road as possible, and why adventurers move in groups. Usually, the safest approach would be to stay where you are and just wait for the pack to get hungry. It may, however, take up a couple of hours. Think about your conversation with Tulia. You've got a lot to do, and time may be of the essence. I mean, yeah, random chance. I'm not gonna just wait around. That sounds like a bad idea. They don't seem particularly dangerous for a spell. I don't know if that's how you press it and it just does it. I'd like to look at what the options were with the spell. But that's like a solve all kind of situation. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take my axe and hurry the horse. Because if we're fast enough, we should be good, because they're supposedly quite small, these creatures. And I've got my axe to fend them off. I don't know how brave they're going to be. Initially, your horse completely trusts your guidance. Though after a few more steps it snorts. Prepare your axe and get ready to push away any griffin willing to jump on you. Once you get in the middle of the surprised herd, your mount squeals and gallops forward. Creatures in front of you flee, but others try to jump at you from both sides. You kick 2 of them away, but the third one scratches your leg. It hurts, though only a bit. Ride away, the griffins can't keep up. Still hear their screeches when your mount slows down. Yeah, we've got bandages, we'll be fine. But we need to get to a safer spot for it. I will not stop kissing men, Draenor. You can't make me. Why can't you just say that every time, though? Yeah, keep track of achievements. So this is just going to be like lists of achievements that will go around the entire border of the screen. That's a cool way to do it, potentially. If that is how it works. I might be wrong. I might just go along the top. But if it keeps going all the way around, that'll be cool little decoration. Road splits. According to what the soldiers have told you, you may find the safe inn by turning left. Forest to the right is lush and the trail is overgrown. Kids used to have a song. How did it go? The harshest pathway leads to the dragon's lair. Those who search for treasure, do you truly dare? Signpost in front of you doesn't make your situation much clearer. It's put here by someone who can't write. For folks who can't read. It's covered in old red paint. It points east. Blood there. As people say, danger to be found. There's not a soul to ask for guidance. Look at my horse. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Horse? Oh, what do we call the horse? Oh, it's got to have a fun name. I'm really tempted to just call it Draenor after you in the chat. Drake? Sure. Well, I'll have Drake for horse. There are actual kind of dragony things in this, but yeah, Drake will do. Drake is peaceful as you stroke its mane. I got the impression, yeah, don't worry. Maybe it can't help to choose a path. We've spent many years together, happy to go on. Takes a couple of steps forward. So a few berry shrubs and wild cabbages, but they still need at least 2 weeks to gain maturity. Okay, so I was told northwest to the inn. East, just goes into the forests. Why would they go east? I was told to go west. That is the only guidance I've been given. Yeah, I think you can see in that little picture. Drake trots with ease, unbothered by the few branches covering the beaten road. Bird songs and distant howls draw your attention to the forest, which gets sparser and brighter. Spot boars, roe deer and saurians. Sight of a nearby wolf pack worries you, but you push your hips forward, your palfrey enters canter. The beasts don't even begin a pursuit. Speed alone will protect you from many dangers. Exactly, Draenor, exactly. You notice a stone tower, taller than the trees. Yeah, it must be then, hopefully, a sign of civilization. Well, it has like some big walls around the inn. It's looking a little run down, but it seems fine. Inns like this one fit the regions travelled by merchants, but you wouldn't expect a place of this size in the forsaken peninsula. The stone and lumber must have been transported from far away. And this lumber's not from too far, you can see trees have been chopped down. But who knows? Who knows? Stone would have to be transported though. And the workers, guarded by expensive mercenaries, surely lived for many seasons in a primitive hamlet, subsiding on salted supplies. There's seemingly no cracks in the wall. The building was whitewashed only a few years back. The road is wide and beaten. Dozens of souls could hide if not for buildings. Then, at least in the yard. So yeah, that's a lot of space then. Expenses and labour put into this fortress were worth many trading ships. 3 armed people from the ramparts, though you only see what's above their waistline. They're leaning on a parapet, right next to the gate. You think you notice a glimpse of a smile. There are Gamsons, each one of them died differently. Yellow, green, and linen grey. Approach the gate. The woman in yellow armour leans forward. She has long, curly, disorderly red hair, pointing in every possible direction. This combination of colours doesn't work at all. In the woods, one would have to shout to draw this much attention. There's still a fair distance between the two of you, but she speaks loudly. I hadn't seen a horse for years now. I just said it's weird to see such a large jackass, huh? Her voice is young and strong, an accent that reminds you of the villages spread around Hovlaven. But no jackass would wear a saddle, I'd say. She exchanges a few words with a male guard wearing green, giving you time to move closer. Well, this one here says there really are donkey saddles. Say, traveller, how hard is it to ride a horse? Yeah, I don't know if you're here when I covered it before, but we get to choose our tone when talking to people. I mean, I'll just be kind of distance, I think. I don't care. I'm not gonna threaten the guards, so that seems bad. I'm not gonna be vulnerable. Playful? Friendly? I feel they'd like to give it a try. I'm happy to offer that could be quite funny. She gasps. Seriously, just a moment. She disappears behind the wall, and soon after that the gate is opened. While you dismount next to the wood splitting spot, a couple of people surrounding you, pointing at your mount and commenting on its appearance. You step away whenever Drake makes a rapid movement. The guards in yellow armour is the only one who steps forward. She uses her hands as if to pet your palfrey, but doesn't touch it. It looks smaller from above, she whispers loudly. How do you even get up there? It's not easy when you lack confidence. There is a stool, or I can help you. She touches the animal, which pays no attention to her presence. Now I'm really scared. She contradicts her words with a gentle smile and shining eyes. Maybe I should wear something lighter. You nod, engaging a bit of chit-chat with the entire group, discussing what it takes to take care of a horse. This is quite nice. I'm making friends with the guards. Finally, the red-haired woman leads you under the roof, where your palfrey can rest, tethered with a cord to a wooden post near some old hay. Once you're ready, go inside and speak with our boss. Maybe you're hungry. Other guards return to various chores. Pick at your mount every now and then, as you're splitting firewood, cleaning their clothes, weeding the garden patches, and moving chairs. Two of them are making a rope. You head towards the inn, hearing the piercing scream of a boar from the other side of the yard. And then, in the morning, you can spend the entire day resting. That seems a bit much, but alright. Locked windows make the air stuffy, and the weak fire in the stove lightens up the hall. A muscular man is sweeping the floor near the stairs. After he glances at you, he leans the broom against the wall and heads behind the counter. You're lucky to show up. His voice is deep and soft, with a city-like accent. He observes you with keen attention, yet avoids your eyes. I have a keg of decent ale, wormwood, bog, myrtle, juniper berries, cat's foot. He fills a mug carefully and puts it on the countertop. It's going to spoil soon. Today maybe. I don't get drink here before we even. You hate to see good stuff going to waste. His skin is dark, almost purple, rare among the southern tribes. His hair is naturally bluish. His clothes are quite fancy for manual labour. An elegant tunic wouldn't stand out in the city square. Yeah, stand at the counter. Flags light out a creak after every step you make. So you slow down a bit. You could swear that the innkeeper made little to no noise. Here you go. He pushes the mug forward. Just so you know, my Pelta North doesn't belong to Hovlaven. You can sleep on the floor if you wish so, but if you want a bed or a meal, you have to pay. We have some leftovers from dinner, but I need to check. Yeah, he doesn't want playful, he wants me to be down to business. But yeah, I won't stay here long. He nods and fills another mug, this time with water. I guess there's no point waiting for stirring then. I'm glad to see someone taking his place. Even my crew here hits the roads only if they need to see the healers of the Howler's Dell, and they're more than resourceful. Roadwarden is always going to find work here in the north, though maybe not on the eastern road. Takes a mouthful of water and drinks it with a pleased sigh. No guess your rest time, or hardly ever. You take a short break. For a brief moment, he meets your eyes. Yeah, I'll drink the ale. Dark ribbon wooden walls of a mug make the liquor look as brown as chestnut. The lean spring hits your nose, and this first sip is even too complex, too flowery. While the brewer has used fancy ingredients, exotic licorice ruins taste. Now you know why there's so much left. Maybe it takes an acquired taste. Innkeeper nods. I was hoping to see someone willing to patrol the roads. Maybe he'll help me with a worrying thought I have. Which is... there are brigands in the woods. Our place is a stronghold, so I'm not afraid of an open strike. I've gotten more active in the last 2 years. One day, they may steal our furs. I have no doubt they're the reason why merchants come here only once. Having bandits around gets expensive. He rubs his hands together, camouflaging his paws. I want you to reach Hemler's Dell, northwest from here. It's the largest settlement around. I'm sure you'll get there sooner or later. Ask Face, the mayor, about Glossia, that bloodthirsty wolf of a woman. There are rumours of a raid in the north. If Glossia is ready to break a truce with the locals, I'm willing to join forces with him to get rid of the band. He looks at nearby Dragonbone. Not too difficult, right? Just do it when you have a chance. A couple of days won't make much of a difference. Pay 2 when you get back with news. Fine? Yeah, I'll nod. He's been kind enough, but he is talking business. I feel, while I do want to just nod, I could ask for free. He nods with a smile. What else do you need? He's happy about it. He likes business. He likes bartering. Okay, that's good. That's nice. Yeah, do you have any leftovers? Yes, I feed him to our boar. I won't give him away for nothing. Tells you to wait, then leaves the building for a few minutes and returns a wooden bucket, a long stick ending with a hook. Go through the gate and turn left. See a bunch of bushes. Meet some berries. Bring your bucket full and I'll be done in half an hour or so. The horse could use a nap anyway. I'll prepare something to fill you. The hook is not made of metal or wood. It's long, curved claw, almost black. But yeah, half an hour is quite a long time for just grabbing some berries. Tools are cold, not too heavy. Notice a pair of thick gloves at the bottom of the bucket. The berries are not a problem, the innkeeper smirks. Unlike the snakes, better scare them away with a stick, or move them with a hook. And protect your hands. Little ones won't eat you, but don't get bitten. I'm pretty sure you know how to be patient, okay. Fine, sure, I'll go right away. Step outside. Drake is enjoying some old hay. This hour, Armour's workshop is closed. So I can go there later. Yeah, go outside and forage for berries. The innkeeper knew what he was talking about. Put on the gloves and look through the bushes from a safe distance. It doesn't take long before you notice the first serpent lying on a rock, somewhere in the thicket. The creatures are not that large, and even if some of them just hiss at you or slither closer, the jabs with hooks will keep them at a distance. You don't know much about these berries. They're brown and reddish. You wouldn't trust such a colour even if you're looking for food in the wilderness. Plants don't have thorns, but the leaves are harsh. Make sure to thoroughly cover your skin with your bucket, or with your clothes, sorry. Why did I say bucket? You have to look through many bushes to fill the bucket. And the presence of the insects and snakes doesn't allow you to relax. Yeah, gather berries and go back. You return to the courtyard. 2 of the guards are participating in a friendly skirmish, where wrestling is accompanied by a crowd. A lot of windows make the air stuffy. The weak fire in the stove hardly lightens up the hall. Several guards are eating gruel and talking with the innkeeper at the stove. Yeah, I'll put the fruit in the counter. Unless... Okay. Got a religious pendant. Do I have the berries? It's a separate thing. Got tools. Ah, bucket full of berries. Yeah, that is a separate thing. It's merchandise. So it's not something I'd want to eat, which is fair enough. He did specifically comment on how it wouldn't be something you'd want to eat. Yeah, put the fruit on the counter. Great. He bakes inside a bucket. Got a cabbage stew with a few goose chunks for you. Serve it even to merchants if there were any around. Meal is warm and filling. It's well seasoned and not overcooked. Like I've said, I rarely have food to spare, but feel free to ask if you ever stop by. Maybe lucky. And I've been cooking my whole life. Yeah, I'll thank him. He's done me a good favour there. That seems like a nice meal. That old hook of mine work out for you. Does he still have it in your hands? I mean, yes, you still have it in your hands. Yeah, no, sorry, I've lost it. I've got no idea where it is. Imagine trying to lie. Oh god, yeah, no. Do not pick that option. It's pretty good. But, I think it's fine. I don't think I want to buy it. Like, if he sees I still have my hands, he knows I've used the hook. Like, imagine trying to lie. Oh, poor guy. He's just done me a favour. I'm gonna do honest merchantry with him, because he's a good sort. Takes tools from you and nods. You do anything else? Yeah, I'm looking for Asterion. Are you now? He goes to the table and invites you to sit down with him. I don't think I'm going to be much help. He rests his elbow on the tabletop and grunts quietly to clear his throat. But I do want you to find him, so... When asked about his intentions, he measures his words. Asterion and I made a risky deal. Well, a very promising one. Last time he was here, he took 50 coins. My half of the investment. Knocks on the table with a fist anxiously. Get me my coin, or at least find out what happened to my guy. I'll make sure you won't be disappointed after bringing me the news. I mean, I couldn't avoid stealing. If he's going to trust him with 50 coin, he wouldn't steal it. He's at the window and starts to play with a shutter. Just think Asterion ain't the kind of soul who do such a thing. For him, wasn't much of a fortune, and I'd risk saying it earned my trust. Right. I don't know when it starts, trainer. Maybe at some point, I don't know. He risks my trust. Yeah, he's earned my trust. Not only mine, you know. It's easy for Roadwarden to make connections. He always had places to go, things to take care of. He rubs the table with his thumb, as if trying to clean an invisible stain. I've asked travellers. I've sent a couple of my pals to find him. No real news. I know he stayed in White Marshes for a day, and was meant to do something for people there. It's a village in the northwest. Just stay in the main road until you reach the bogs, then enter them. You can get there before dusk. So, let me know once you find anything. You may yet return this whole investment thing. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Would I have anything he'd want to buy? No. Coins are technically merchandise, but no. I don't think I do. You know what do you have for sale, however? I'm gonna pick up a few things for you. Some food for your travels to start with. Apples, nuts, sausage. Not too many at once. We need to maintain our supplies. Got an elk fur I don't need. The spire was caught by a pack of red wolves. Nice for sleeping spot. Just as nice for a wall. And almost untouched bowl of soup. Priceless for a traveller. You can't tell if he's being sarcastic. I like this guy. Made of fine oak ash. Strong, though you should have some better supplies before you start your own bathhouse. Okay, so he's got Soap, not soup. Misread that. Fair enough. I was very confused about baths. After you mentioned you'd like something more useful on these roads, he looks down. How many blades or armour to spare? If you pay well, you take one of our crossbows and a bunch of quarrels. The U-bow, wheel cords, and the trigger needs just a little bit of oil. It's as good as you can get without soaking it in magic. We expect muscle to draw. Even a 16-year-old could handle it. I won't sell it cheap, but I'm ready to give you a discount to a helpful ally. So help out with something first, he'll give me a discount. Yeah, 30 is not cheap. I would like an elk fur, but I don't have much. I think soap and food ration. Oh, that bought me 3 food rations. That was worth it. That was good. I didn't read that before buying it, but it does say 3. Yeah, I do think we need soap. Our hygiene's not great. If we're gonna try make connections, don't make them while stinking to high hells. You know? Yeah, any rumours? Crosses his arms. Don't like to talk about people who ain't nearby. But you know what you're doing. What are you wondering about? Yeah, tell me about... Ooh. Oh, this is like proper stuff. I get to actually type. Oh, what do I remember? I would like to learn about... Howler's Den? I guess? Could ask about Tulia. Could ask about any of these. I don't think we need to ask about any of those, however, do we? I think Howler's Dell and Tulia would be ones to ask about. So let's go Howler's Dell. Yep. Okay. I need to ask about people. How about Tulia? Ain't seen Tulia in quite some time. Since her squad vanished in the fogs, she's been careful. Glad to know she's still alive. Also, I'm gonna turn that away, because I'm getting blinded at this point. Glad to know she's still alive. She's too experienced to lead others in battle. I think he shrugs. Like most people, she needs to follow others, but she already knows that. Nothing worse than a fighter too stupid to limit their ambitions. I mean, I did say, ask about the Empress. What do you mean? Trying to find her? After all these years? Chuckles. The Empress is gone. She'll never be back. She's dead as shit. Okay, not the best example to have given me, but alright. I do like that though. We need to actually type things we know about. It's like proper old school kind of style. I like that, that's cool. Yeah, about the bandits. He freezes, observing your hands silently. Fine. I can't ask further about it, I can just report about what I've done. I think, however, that's me. So let's approach the armourer. The armourer's actually around now. Walk past the well and find a small open shed, not unlike the stable, but with a humble set of tables, carving tools, hammers, sharpening stones, pincers, knives, and other tools. As long as something can be solved by brute force, this place will find a way to do so. There are 2 people sitting on a lonely bench. First one is a male with a long, maybe inch-long hair, cleanly shaven face, thin, long yellow tunic, bare legs, and sandals. Ignores your presence, swing a gambeson with great concentration. Second person is a boy, maybe 15. He's wearing a crude outfit of a farmer, glances at you, but soon returns to sharpening a long dagger. If he's concentrating, I'll wait. After a few minutes, the man finishes his task and raises his head. Puts away the piece of garment on the table, stands up, bows to you, and shrugs, waiting for you to speak. I think my clothes are fine, right? Yeah, I need to make myself better with cleanliness. That can get me up to 3. If I keep my vitality good, I'm good. My clothes don't need repairs. They're not stained. Just a lot here, isn't there? Okay. Yeah, I'll turn to the young one first. Learning a trade? Kind of, he answers reluctantly. His teacher pats his knee, giving a harsh look. Kids clears his throat. Yes, but we both ain't masters, you see. There's not a soul to teach us, so once I'm ready, I'll try hunting instead. Fixing things for others is boring. Man grunts a sound, though you don't understand it. Seeing your face, the boy chuckles. He said it's safe. Let's meet in the middle. Boring, but safe. The man nods. Yeah, I need your services, possibly. He nods, points at the laces in front of your jacket, raises his clenched fingers to his shoulders, and gently spreads and lowers them, as if asking if he's taking off a robe. Okay. Does he not really speak, this guy? It's an interesting one. Follows command and allow him to properly inspect your gamson. After a few minutes, he gives it back, then reaches for his pouch, pulls out one dragon bone, shrugs, then another one, waves both of them in the air, pursing his lips. Makes a few speech-like noises with his empty mouth, growing, well, it sounds like, I don't know. Is he offering to buy it? No, you'll repair it in 1 hour. I mean, I'll take some. I'll take some armor. Jacket is as good as you can make it. Cool. Any adjustments? No, it doesn't need repairs. So adjustments means repairs. I thought it would mean like tailoring it to me to suit my body shape better, but that's fine. That's fine. And go to the well, I can do a bit of washing, right? It says with shell. Am I not a human? I'm starting to think I might not be human if it keeps saying shell. I was assuming it was like some kind of fancy speak for like what's just a body for someone, and how like your soul's different and some kind of fancy stuff like that, but I don't actually know. Wait, you need 3 pieces of bathing equipment to get more. I need to stock up on bathing equipment. I didn't expect that. Recently renovated wooden roof covers the well from rain and birds. One of the guards is enjoying the cold drink. He drew the bucket and tells us you only use as much water as is necessary. The old cash soap you own can help you get better, or can help you get cleaner, sorry. Yeah, I'll wash. There we go. Splashing yourself with cold water from a bucket won't take away your smell, but it's enough to remove the tallow and sweat from your skin, or mud stains from your clothes. Yeah, I think that's me. Travel. You've got a few different things in here. Like, that's a useful map key over there. Yeah, follow this to the northwest, is what I was told. Rose uphill meanders, slowing you down and forcing you to pay close attention not only to the shadows of trees, but also to tight, rocky passages. Can't help but notice a few caves and fine ambush spots. Yeah, keep an eye out then. Standing in front of the gate, you hear no voices, no tools at work, no steps. Dozens of birds live among the collapsed roofs. Their fluttering, singing, and squawking is free of worries. If you want to travel any further, you need to ride around the palisade. Searching the ruins may take a lot of time. Broken Gate in the north will lead to the village. The sound of a gentle river reaches you from the east, where you see a saggy fence surrounding an overgrown pasture. Behind the burnt building in the east, see an oddly barren field. Burnt building and a barren field's concerning. But I am curious. Broken logs and planks are charred, while wooden walls are rotten and covered in moss. See no ashes or dust, proving the fire happened long ago. The smell is awful, and there are no reasons to stay for long. See no furniture, just some broken shelves. It was just a storage room. Valuable odds and ends were already taken by scavengers. Yeah, move forward. I don't think we need to look at the gate. Where do I want to go? I would like... it'd probably be pasture or southwest of heart of the village. Thinking village is more interesting. The buildings, some of which have collapsed, are made of wood, now charred and rotten. You spot claw marks in the walls, especially close to doors and window frames. They could belong to Dragonling, or a large wolf, larger than the grey ones, or a corpse eater. Too many options to make a guess. Yeah, there's nothing left here, so this place was attacked a long time ago. In the remains of clothes, furniture, odds and ends, only one object seems to be of use. A basket-like fish trap, made of vines and willow branches. If a large fish swims into it, it won't be able to get out on its own. I mean, it is quite large, but I can apparently take it with me. Feel a slight aching in your stomach. Ah. But I got food poisoning from what the army people gave me before. Because they told me they'd been scavenging all kinds of questionable stuff to eat. Oh dear. Or it could have been that peculiar tasting alcohol I was given. I don't know. Inspect a palisade. Let's see. Tracks of human footwear and many, many more ape footprints cover the path formed around the palisade's breach. As far as you can tell, the freshest footprints lead to the village. Wind stakes spread on the ground are rotten, covered in mushrooms, small flowers, insects and worms. Good source of animal or goblin food, though you'd expect them to also hunt for birds and eggs. The meadow in the west turns into forest quickly. The grasses in the north surround dozens of tree stumps, already covered with moss and fungi. Yeah, I probably shouldn't enter the forest. Seems like a bad idea, especially if the horse can't properly run away from everything. Feel a slight aching in my stomach. Where do I want to go? Am I just continuing to feel an aching? And can I use spells at any point? I can restore my vitality. I don't know how I do that, everyone. I'm gonna need to use a spell to stop myself having a horribly bad kind of diarrhea or something, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna keep going around clockwise, northwestern part. Colourful grass covers the entire fenced pasture. A large stone placed in the middle suggests it could be a playground for ibexes or maybe just an old garden. You see a couple of small sheds, a latrine and a single building to the south, completely burnt down. All these places were cleaned out by scavengers. Drake doesn't want to approach the large ruins in the north. Terrible stench of feces and rotting food scares you off as well. Paths are covered with goblin footprints. It's daytime, so the pack should be asleep. If beasts were active, they try to scare you off or hunt you down your mount. This is their territory. Once wake up, you will face a furious enemy. yeah, I don't want to hang around then. If that's the case, pasture in the southeast. Don't find a single sign of the livestock that lived here in the past. Any bones, horns, antlers, or dung have already been devoured by wilderness. Pasture ends at a river. The opposite bank, the meadow turns into thick forest, impenetrable for a rider. What are the chances that a herd of defenceless animals could get there and survive? The breach in the southern fence wasn't made by some brute force. When axe cuts and spots are ultimately broken away. But after all these years, there are no tracks you could follow. Yeah, I think from that, we don't need to explore the ruins anymore. There could be more there, but it doesn't seem too important. However, we're not actually able to travel further out. So we're going to have to go to the northern gate, I guess. Paths here have almost been reclaimed by grasses. To your east and west you see shadowy alleys behind damaged buildings, while the path south leads to the main square. I can approach a tree. No, I want to open the gate, please. You should take a look at the other side to be sure it's even possible, especially since it may take a couple of hours without proper tools. Never mind then. Approach a nearby tree? Not anything worth picking. Half-dead quinces have maggots crawling under their skins. You wonder which part of the meal is more tempting for dark-winged birds sitting among the branches. Fleshier fruits or worms? Quinces are rarely eaten without having a chance to be blet. I don't know what blet means. You can safely guess that they were meant to be dried, or to add taste to cookies or hard drinks. After a few moments, you realise the bottom part of the tree, just above the ground, is practically charred. Someone must have posed a torch here, but the wet wood didn't burst into flame. How do I escape? Village. Inspect the clearing? Meadow is lush and colourful. It's so dense it's unsafe for a rider. For a couple of minutes you lead Drake with a rope, avoiding a potential disaster in case of a hoof falling into an animal den. Being forced to travel around with the palisade every time you get here is going to be a pain. Most of the tree trunks look similar, have a comparable size. I've got a while until dusk. If I come through here at night, goblins are around, so keep that in mind for the future. Most of the tree trunks look similar and have a comparable size. They were most likely planted with the sole purpose of being cut down and used by the locals. Though cutting so many trees at once, that alone would provoke the wrath of herds. Such a process should be spread across a couple of seasons. You can't be sure that was the case. In the west and north, the clearing turns into wild forest. In the east, you see a road leading north. Can I not travel up yet? No. Guess we need to find a proper set of tools for northern gates. Well, northeast then next. Debris was partially moved outside of destroyed houses, but you find nothing of value. Table, cupboards, shelves, and bits and pieces were carefully ransacked. Wildly growing vegetables and herbs are the only remnants of the abandoned gardens. Spot fresh human footprints at the entrance to the latrine, most of which lead to and from the centre of the village. So there's both goblins and humans. You notice a set of simple tools leaned against a pile of rubble. A wooden spade and shovel, pointed stick, a hoe with a bone head, stone axe. All of them are tooled and too awkward to bother with transporting them around, but you'll know where to find them if you need them in the future. The closer you are to the village, the longer you stay around, the sicker you feel. Taste of gastric juices hits your mouth. Forehead hurts, start to stumble. Drake, worried by the sight, pokes your head with his nose. So it's the village which is making me ill. Hang on your mount, you go outside, keeping your mouth shut. After a few minutes, your eyes get clearer. You better to leave, at least stay away for the rest of the day. Stop and touch my aching stomach. Where do I want to go? Go to the road leading north. There we go. Figured it out. Got a closed northern gate. The neglected road is partially overgrown. You're a river in the east, separated by lush meadows, filled with crickets and rodents. Take a closer look. Pulled or pushed, it doesn't move an inch. Someone has spread dirt and rocks underneath it, and around it, and seemingly to keep the planks stuck in the ground. Yeah, from here, you can continue on. Enter the wetlands, where many streams, ponds and fish. Large birds run and fly between the grey sparse trees that are covered with moss, mushrooms and critters. For human, it may be an unwelcoming and harsh realm. Overwhelming swarms of insects prove that the realm is full of life. The danger, with teeth and claws, is hidden below the water surface. Don't entirely know what that could be. It could be like fish people. Could be just fish. But yeah, stay away from the banks. Good to know. Water isn't necessarily safe. This plant shouldn't be alive, not without leaves. It doesn't resemble the other trees of the wetlands. It's something else. Get off your horse and prepare your axe. Water is filled with dirt and dead plants and it smells like an old corpse. The roots are spreading far, breaking through the water surface. You don't see any saurians in the grasses or on the shore. You approach a table-like altar made of 3 limestone slabs. Were these rocks originally as formless as they are now? Or was there a point in time, centuries ago, they were precisely shaped and decorated by masters of artistry? There is no way to tell. Drake is peacefully observing the dark grass and slapping flies with its tail. Whatever it is that you feel in the air, it is clear that your companion sees this place through very different eyes. Yeah, I'll give him a chance to have a look around. Don't see any creatures, nor humans. I'll approach the altar. You can do a spell. Okay. Clump dirt in the uneven nicks, fused by years of winds and rains. Bottom surface of the table is dusty, but you don't find any spider webs or mold, even though it's a perfect spot for them. Tree roots cling to the altar in many spots. They're firmly attached. You struggle to move them even by an inch. Cream-coloured limestone is smooth and cold. If I do a spell, I can try and find magic. I think that's worthwhile. Unpack the wooden spheres, pleasantly smooth and light. The entire set fits in the palm of your hand. Place them in various spots on the altar, next to the roots beneath it. A few steps away on the boulder, you begin the ritual. After which, all you can do is wait. Go for a walk with Drake, making sure there are no monsters in your vicinity. You turn to collect your amulets. One placed in the rock hasn't changed its temperature. The others are cold. The closer they are to the tree roots, the cooler they are, almost painfully so. This is not what was supposed to happen. Objects are filled with magic, the spheres get warmer. If not, they stay in the original state. But this, I've never seen such reaction. So it's actively this tree's taking in life force from things. I'm gonna drop a quick save because I don't know what offering I'm gonna make. I hope I get a choice to back out of it. I sacrifice something that's strong in life force. Sacrifice Drake. No, don't do that. Religious amulet, maybe no. The feeling if it wants something, it would want food, right? Probably want something alive. That's what I get the feeling of. Yeah, walk away. Look into the water. Without knowing how deep it gets, you have to consider Saurian could be camouflaged in the mud, waiting for a victim to get nearer. Don't plan to kneel down and drink, you're hoping to dodge a potential strike. As you get closer, start breathing again. Water is dirty, it's also shallow. See vegetation, swimming insects, and even small fish. All of them stay away from the tree roots, which look like a spider web covering the bottom of the pond. Aside from that, you don't see anything that would catch your attention. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to take a closer look at the roots. Go in front of the one that's lying on the shore. It's brown, covered with hair that resembles that on your arm. When you touch it, it's moist and warmer than you'd expect. What do I do? I chop it with the axe. With your axe, then stop in place. Can't tell what the results of the wounding the tree would be. I'm going to make a cut. Stand above the root, like you're about to split firewood, then the swing is accurate. But the nimble root backs down into the water, pulled by the rest of the creature, leaving a trail of red bubbles and mud. A chunk of the root is still on your fingers, so move it into a jar from your bundles. The axe is now covered with red, sticky goo. Smelling like rusty nails and sweet fruits mixed with beer. Reach for a water skin and wash a blade from the plant's juices. Yeah, it is miscellaneous. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Approach the altar, make an offering of fruits. Okay, make an offering of what's it specifically called? A weird root. Put a tree's root on the altar, but nothing happens. I don't lose it. I'll walk away then. And north is where I'd be wanting, I'd imagine. That looks like a town. But I feel this should be about enough for now. I think people get the idea of what this game is. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to keep playing this in my spare time. Don't think it works great on stream, so I don't know if I'll stream it again, but honestly, if you're into games like this, this is seeming like a good one. I'm having a lovely time with this. I clearly put a lot of attention into it. I do like the kind of old RPG system of you need to actually type out what you're asking about or what you're doing. It's cool. It means, like, as a player, you learn what you're doing. Which is nice. It means you actually pay attention to what's happening. It also gives this, not archive, the journal, a proper use. So I can particularly ask about any of those things, or any of these things, or any of all of this. Which, there's still more to learn about a lot of them, apparently. So hopefully we won't be learning much about the dragons, but who knows. Hoping we don't get a first-hand experience. For now though, that is all. I have, like I say, had a lovely time with this, and I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you around, and next time probably not be playing this, but hopefully something else quite fun. I've got a few games I've been wanting to kind of get around to. But yeah, bye for now.